Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today because Eureka! We've done this a few times already, and the advisor's servants came to an agreement with a mage. His discovery now belongs to the local mages, and they just open sourced the whole thing, which is great, because it gives you +3 loyalty, +2 economy, and +3 arcane. So we're dealing with, the 3 weeks, I think, of kingdom management, which is going to be fine. The art of making friends. What happened there? The merchants were impressed by the scale of the hunt that the general organized. They decided they would return again next year for a bunch of things. That's just the thing. So last time around, well, these are claims. Oh, they don't stay there. Curious. Curious indeed. Now, we're dealing with that, but we also have new events, so we're gonna need to keep an eye on them. Let's see. I can't deal with you. A war of shadows. The region is being torn apart by a war between two criminal clans. Why are they criminal? Why are they criminal here? What is a criminal clans implies that the clan... What? Are they thieves? Are they? Do we not have a thieves guild? Because then it would be that they would be the unlawful thieves. You know what I mean? So, are they murderers? Maybe they are murderers. But shouldn't they then be just? It's weird because this definition implies that they have been outlawed as an entity, as a group entity, and it's just one of those things. This kingdom management is just for the lawful neutralist of things. It's just lawful neutralist pegged to the left side of the moral compass, or whatever that is. What's worse, one of them, one or the other warring family has. It's a family, which a clan is a family. It's just. The term family in English tends not to mean clan. It means more the nucleic family, or just a close family. But a clan is a family. So one of the clans has every local guard in their pocket. Only, again, what that implies that the... What do you mean local guard? Only outside intervention can put an end to the bloodshed. Okay. I am baffled all the time by these things. Faith and loyalty. The subjects of the Queen pledged their undying loyalty and support. This opportunity should be seized by somebody. And probably try to go... Well, 100%. That is lovely. Valerie, you're in there. Fey magic. A Fey magician. Yeah, we keep getting that one. Sana can do it. And then hunting the wild hunt. It's a problem. Yes, it is. The kingdom's villages are being decimated by the wild hunt. Frightened citizens speak in hushed voices about bands of Fae hiding in greenish fog, announcing their arrival with the sound of a bugle. It's almost impossible to fight these hunters, who never miss and leave no tracks, unless one somehow comes to an understanding with the commanders of the hunt and their monarch. Yeah, without them leaving any tracks. Good luck with that. We also have Kanara, who is good with... Oh my god, that is difficult. We have crisis points for this. So, you're going to do that. You're going to do that. That's going to take only one day. That's fine with me. Then you're going to do that. And then we have regions down here. Unfortunately, I used up all of my people. So, let's see. So, horse breeding things. Can't. I could skip the day. Actually... It wouldn't be a bad idea, although I have rested with this whole thing. Let's do it. Let's do it, because we only waste like 3.5 hours. So let's go outside through here. Yeah, I don't know if the thing is, no, actually I can rest. Save the game. Rest. And instead of being a day, it should be 8 hours. And that's the curse. Wait, was the wild hunt? Yeah, it's 8 hours. Was the wild hunt part of the curse? Ooh, what is that? A leg of a frog? No, it's a pistol. What is that? It is a flail. That looks... It looks like it's a flail. It's fine. Just get those things given to us, as we know. But I think we dealt with that. That 60% was successful. And if it wasn't... It was. The kingdom's villages are... Yeah, the kingdom managed to persevere and enjoys peace once again. Sounds like a deal to me. We can do that. And now we should be... Oh, look at that. All the X's applied. A horse breeding center. That is good. Which actually makes a lot of sense that having a good master of the horses would speed the travel around a lot. Because, of course, if you're going from one place to another without resting, you'd be using multiple horses, because the horses need to rest. The research into the nature of curses for Ivar... yeah, that's the one that I need to read. Ivar denies undergoing any magical ritual, and he bears no traces of any known spells. It seems the only thing that has changed is his own attitude towards his condition, period. Dash. He has discovered that it can be a source of... good as well as evil. In any case, this research has increased our understanding of divine magic. We have acquired a deeper understanding of the nature of curses. +3 divine. That is definitely a good thing. We're still waiting on this one, which is sort of a bummer, because... It's gonna fail. Because it's gonna fail. That's the problem. What is Jaethal doing right now? 14 days. Yeah, good. It's gone. It's gone, because it needs to be dealt before the end of the month, and that's going to be a failure. A failure. The walls have ears. No, they don't. Cut the ears off. That's the one. Lindsay can do it. A true masterpiece. Still life with lemon peel. Drawn by a local artist. Was celebrated by the connoisseurs and art lovers. Such a masterpiece cannot go to waste. Burn it. Burn it! Did I talk about that already? I don't think I did, actually, in this Let's Play. I think I might have, actually. You know, the... what was it? The understanding of art. The thing is, the understanding of art has evolved from a place where a still life was indeed considered a masterpiece, but in the way that it has been popularized after the 18th, 17th century, somewhere thereabouts, where life is more, where art is more regarded as art, with a, like, for its own sake, in the sense that, it's kind of complicated, because basically these days a still life is just you just a study. You study your techniques with a still life, because just like, everybody's seen that, mate. You don't do that. Go away. I mean, it's still very amazing that you can draw a still life that's very good at, technically, but it's still a study, because it's just like, yeah, we know what a still life is, and in coming up with a still life that isn't more of the same is a challenge for sure, and I'm sure there's artists that would try that, and that there's art to be found there, for sure. Let's go with the trading ground over here. Oh, look at that, we can still... No, I don't have money. Yeah, this is just gonna be a failure over there. That sucks. That sucks. Save the game there, and let's do these things. An Ancient Curse, Part 6. A new attack has been repelled. Our queen made the wild hunt her prey. Faith and loyalty, a triumph over here. And now there's a Part 7. Making a speech in front of the citizens, the regent linked the prosperity of the kingdom to the fact that newcomers are always welcomed here. The locals felt proud of themselves and embraced their neighbors. That's how I wanted to roleplay from the beginning, but the game doesn't let me, actually. The counselor's servant arrested the mischievous Fae. Oh, that's the turn of events there for the Fae magic. We've done that one multiple times. Cobblestone druids, I think we've done this one multiple times as well. It's not even a triumph. The problem, just -2 stability. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it even changes that. You didn't assign an advisor. Shut up, game. Don't shame me for that, because it's your own fault, not mine. Because you don't let me. Visitor! Visitor waits in the castle. Yes, visitor does, and visitor will get me. Wait, in the castle? Shouldn't you mean the throne room? Although it is the same. I mean, I suppose in the bedroom is also part of the castle. There's many visitors. You lied to me. Your Highness, after sustained fighting, the Wild Hunt has finally retreated. We were successfully able to protect the kingdom. The price we paid was dear. Still, our victory gives me hope. Another attack awaits, though I doubt it will come soon. I have a feeling that Nyrissa won't hold back this time. It will be the most terrible blow yet. I only hope we can survive it. I agree with the storyteller, says Trishan. I have visited the bald hilltop, and the portal of the first world is almost stable. Or to the first world. It appears that by the time of the next attack, it will be steady enough to become a permanent bridge between Golarion and the first world. The way I see it, says Lindsay, we've had enough of being afraid of her. If Nyrissa wants to attack us herself, then let her come. But she won't, will she? She's going to hide from us, tucked away in the first world until the bitter end. I suggest we deal with her army here, and then move immediately to counterattack. Exclamation mark dash. Before she musters the strength of another invasion. Can we use the portal on the bald hilltop to get to the first world? I suppose so. The portal used to snap shut after every attack, but by now it should be a reliable passage to the first world. It probably leads directly to Nyrissa's lair, wherever that may be. Trishan's face is determined. I agree with your plan. We will enter the portal I helped create and end the war I helped begin. Are you sure this attack will be the last? When you deal with a Fae, you can't be sure of anything. My guess, however, is based more in fact than speculation. Never before... You speculate based on fact. That's what he is. Never before has there been a portal to the first world that is so stable. We've also cornered Nyrissa like never before, says Lindsay. I bet she's absolutely beside herself. I'm not sure she is. I don't really see how her plan is going to any less of a plan than anything she might have expected. Do you think Nyrissa will appear personally to command the attack? I bet she won't, says Lindsay. It isn't her style. She likes just watching from a distance while she plans her next insidious trick. But I think she's just afraid. But I think she's just plain afraid of us, says Lindsay. And instead of but, you should have said and. And I think she's just plain afraid of us. Because she's just buttressing her point. So she shouldn't say but. She should say but and. In any case, first we will have to repel the attack. The storyteller nods gravely. That will be a difficult battle. We shouldn't underestimate the enemy. Especially one as cunning as Nyrissa. I have seen very little of her cunningness. So, get ready for anything. Yes, I'm ready for anything. I've shown my bag of tricks. Okay. Bag of tricks. Where's the bag of tricks? Can I not show? Oh, I need to scroll up. Bag of tricks. That's the one. That's the name of the mod that I have. Okay. So, fish farm village. Bonus. I don't need that. I don't need that. Mono resort. That's the last one, I think. Bread. Yeah. Yeah, Mono Resort is the last one that I want to go with. So we're just saving right there and skipping right along because we're gonna start doing a lot of upgrades. Renown across Golarion. It's an opportunity that has been successfully handled. The kingdom has gained some renown across Golarion, which is weird because the Golarion is the name of the kingdom, and the kingdom has gained some renown across the kingdom. No, Golarion is the world. Gondolin is the kingdom. Is that how it goes? I think so. Anyway, the walls have ears. The advisor's agents set a careful watch around the palace and managed to trace the spy. This was done so cleverly that he never even noticed. He continues to broker information, and neither he nor his customers suspect that it is now entirely fabricated. Good point. A good thing. Wigmold's prevention system has been completed, and that is the other thing that Jaethal was doing, unfortunately, because we got an event that only she could have handled. Former friends. Many Brevois patriots dislike the fact that these lands have become an independent state, and I've seen that before. And let's go with that. And then we have combat priests that we have seen before as well, many times. So we just successfully do that, and then that's all done. And then we have some ranks up, or whatever. We have a rank 5, rank 7, 2 rank 7s. We have a rank 9 over here, so that's looking good. And that's that. Yep, we're going to do this one. We're also going to save, because we do have some very low chances of failing some of those up there. And, of course, one of the events is that Cirrus wants to talk to me and just tell me, I gained a bunch of points. The curator succeeded in opening a personal workshop for the artist in the capital for the true masterpiece thing. Was that the one that... Yeah, that's still life. This studio has become quite an attraction to nobles, artists, and wealthy idlers. Confusion and unrest reign over the city. It's a revolution. In taverns, hotheads speak of revolution, the abolition of the monarchy. It shouldn't have been instituted in the first place. And the establishment of a republic. You can have a monarchical republic. Although you can. A republic just literally means that the law is made in public. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything else. A democracy, on the other hand, you can't have a monarchy with... Oh, no, could you have elected... Yeah, you can have an elected monarch. Yeah, for sure. There were a couple of countries like that throughout the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries in Europe, I believe, somewhere in Central Europe. Most of them eventually got turned into city-states, I believe. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how that went. I'm not versed in the story of Central Europe, or the history of Central Europe, I should say. But still, it's they want. The thing is, we can come to an agreement and just turn into republic anyway, while maintaining our stranglehold and tyranny, and also cult of personality. Never forget the cult of personality. Pamphlets calling for rebellion have already appeared in the streets. Most likely, one of our neighboring states is behind this. Oh, of course, hoping to seize these lands for themselves. Yeah, the revolution is a good place to invade. Right now, however, it's more important to. It's also the threat of an invasion is also a very good time to quench any revolutions, historically speaking, and just if you think about it. Right now, however, it's more important to rein our subjects in before the unrest leads to open revolt. Oh. That's a very low chance to succeed there. Let's bring 2 of those. We can do that. Oh, Cirrus didn't want to talk to me? What a curious thing. It's fine. We have a 3. We have a High Priestess Endeavors. Oh, no, you're busy. Lanesy. Let's save the game there. Oh, 9 events. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. And support the Grand Diplomat's Endeavors is done. Revolution has been triumphantly dealt with. And all their heads were all cut down. The crowd stopped in its tracks when they came face to face with the guards. What were they trying to... Who were they trying to revolt against, if not the guards? The commoners offered no resistance as the guards pulled the instigators from their ranks and threw them behind bars. Thankfully, political prisoners. Thankfully, loss of life was avoided. I mean, it's only natural that we have political prisoners, and it's also... We've done a lot worse than that. But it's natural because we're the tyrant. Thankfully, loss of life was avoided. Yeah, that's... Sure, yes, that is a good thing that came out of that. It's not, even though it's literally not something that came out, it's something that didn't come out. So thankfully, we didn't burn all the trees in the world. The revolt has ended, and the rebellion's leaders are already naming those who were truly behind the unrest. Oh, there's a double twist there, is that we put the instigators behind bars, but then we also know about the instigators that were not behind bars. Sure, that's how things. Former friends, the treasurer was able to bribe the patriots of Brevoy period dash. We've dealt with that before. Combat priests, we have also dealt with that before. That was a triumph, so we're good on that. Let's see what we have over here. The howling wolves. Wolves are breeding at a surprising rate, and Amory goes there, and I'm not going to make the same joke as I did the last time around. Let's get Valerie in it. Celebrity. A legendary scholar from Absalon is traveling the River Kingdoms. My god. These encounters are so... It's like 8. Oh, it's just like, ooh, look at all the personalities. The relic. A fearless priest of Milani has stolen a sacred relic of her goddess and smuggled it out of Cheliax, where he'd have been researched by the Inquisitors of Asmodeus. Now the half-elf and her party are seeking safe shelter for themselves and their treasure, somewhere they won't be found by their resourceful Chelaxian pursuers. Perhaps this is the perfect time to offer assistance. I don't know what you want me to say, game. That's the only thing I can offer. It's assistance. We're probably going to get divine from... Oh, actually, relations. Probably going to get something else, though. But we are going to spend that crisis point there, most likely. It came from under the ground. The people of the capital are greatly alarmed. From underneath the pavement, pickaxes, crumbling rocks, and terrifying voices can be heard. Everything points to the denizens of the Darklands. They must be digging an enormous tunnel to conquer the surface world, and it seems they intended to begin in the heart of the Stolen Lands. I get the impression that these things are like... You can just build whole campaigns out of any one of these things and just get, okay, let's do a tabletop session just all about this, or multiple sessions just all about the freaking underworld people that are digging a tunnel under our place. A mage from the College of Dimensional Studies in Katapesh has discovered a series of dimensional breaches through which the mischievous Fae can pass into our domain. Yeah, I've been dealing with that since the beginning of the game. Alas, they permit only one-sided travel from the first world to our dimension, which there's little reason to think that they would want to go back anyway, so... Anyway, the local people are already suffering from these otherworldly invasions, but fortunately the mage is prepared to begin sealing the breaches. Yes, you must keep your breaches sealed. I'll send Octavia to deal with that. It's 30 days to resolve, so it's a bit of a bummer. Which means that I am not gonna put 2 of them... 100%, 90%, 45%, 61%. Didn't I have another one? And I have somebody in the throne room, obviously. Didn't I put something too somewhere? Or was it the week before? I think it was the week before. Hey, Lindsay. Oh, yeah, I leveled her up, so... The Outlaw Council wants to know... Oh, I recently learned what outlaw means. It means somebody outside of the law who doesn't have any rights. Not somebody who did something that is criminal. Or outside of the law, anyway. Like, because you can do things that are outside of the law but still not be criminal. Like, for example, don't, like I do, for example, or I have done, not have your personal identification card up to date. I haven't renewed it, and I should have. That's, for example, outside the law, but I'm not a criminal. I'm just... It's a civic offense. Anyway, Lindsay continues. The Outlaw Council wants... That's capital... Oh, in capital C. Wants to know our opinion of Razmiran... That's ridiculous. It's this thing. Anyway, our opinion of Razmiran's current behavior. They're continuing to expand their borders, slowly extending their territory on all sides. Timon has already mobilized their army, or Timon, or whatever, and Lambreth is recruiting volunteers from among the Black Eagles. But alone, they can never match the might of Razmiran. ... We must bring them together in stable union if we wish to curb Razmir's ambitions. Keonin trusts us, and as do many other states. Razmiran has offered to reward our silence generously, but I think in good faith we must call upon the River Kingdoms to unite. This Razmiran expansion must be stopped. So we have a minus relations over there, we have a plus thing. This sounds like the correct thing to do, I suppose. Send messengers to announce that all those willing to become a slave to Razmir must unite. Sorry, not willing. Unwilling. Perfect. We shall call upon the River Kingdoms to stand together to face Razmir's threat. I'm sure this open confrontation of tyranny will only add to our fame. And our tyranny, in turn. Yes, that is how a tyrant works, in fact. Grandstanding is very important. And I know who you are. No, I don't. It's Nazriel. Thanks. Bye. Giving me gifts. I like gifts. Give me gifts. I like chocolate, too, so give me chocolate gifts. Oh, and Shenya. She's very grateful. Thank you. I really don't... there's so many better ways of dealing with that particular mechanic. Ways that would allow you to just have better results as well, instead of dialogues that show up every once in a while. Okay, so that's all you're gonna do, but we also have a new rank up, which is all of that. Okay, good. We can do this. So, 100% there. 90% here. So these are the easy ones. And that's 45% there. Let's not do that right now. We have 61 over here. And then we have 61 over here as well. And that's why I didn't want to go with the 45 first, because I wanted to make sure that I only had 1 crisis point. And I only did have 1 crisis point. And now, support the region's endeavors. What do we have? Level 7, level 3, level 5, and level 5. Oh, there's also a Grand Diplomat over here. For sure, actually, that... no. That's Divine. Yeah, let's focus on that, because these are pretty good. In my experience. Give a lot of bonuses. The High Priest has been successfully supported. And the breaches have been closed. Arrears! Not the arrears again. Because it's also ridiculous. That's what it should say. Ridiculous. Let's do another rank up. We have a 3 and we have a 5. Let's go with the Jaethal. She definitely needs help. She definitely needs help. Because she, like, she's responsible for sometimes only, she's the only one that can complete things. So these are good because it's increasing her chances of success by 5 percentile points every time you rank her up. The Howling Wolves. Ah, the moment of truth. The regent recruited the people for a hunt. Our Pathfinders tracked the wolves to their lairs and killed them all. It turns out that a bloodthirsty warg, and we have done that already. We have a new regent thing over there. The celebrity over here, a success. After receiving a hefty payment, the lector agreed to speak at the capital's magic schools. There's multiple magic schools. The relic for Lindsay over here. That's good. A success. The queen's envoys convinced the followers of Milani to put their trust in the ruler of the stolen lands. The priests and the clerics waited in a secure shelter for the threat to pass and then went on their way. The kingdom has been blessed by Milani herself. The queen's subjects are rallying together as a free nation under a strong ruler. Little did they know that they were the subjects of a tyrant. And so, basically, it's definitely not a free nation. Also, I really didn't want to be a strong ruler, but so must this be. This is how it works. We must be the tyrants and evil people. A minister demands your attention. Great news, and we also have training grounds. What was required for this? Training in the harsh hills of Glenebon could provide your troops with survival skills and endurance. So this region's military stability and espionage scores increased by 2 for each other region with military upgrades. I'm not sure what that does, but I don't like it. So I'm not going to do that. Let's go to the throne room. You can click from here. It's Jaethal. Gralton found out that we were involved in their spies' deaths. They only had themselves to blame, but they have twisted their anger towards us, grabbed our people, and thrown them in jail. They're looking to torture valuable information out of them, as if we would sit by and watch them succeed. These captives must die before they meet the executioner. They were valuable once, but now they are a dangerous liability. Of course, if you felt you had an obligation to these people, you could attempt to release them by force, but I dislike that option. Gralton might accept a ransom, but we would be showing weakness. So the choice here is the ransom. We can't actually... Can we? Oh, we must plot their escape. That's the one. No, they're your people. You must decide. Their captives will find a peaceful death. Let Gralton consider this. We don't spare our own people, so we're not likely to show greater mercy to them. And it cost a little bit of money, but it did give us espionage by killing our own spies. That's how it works. And we have a rim. Hello. The guards have arrested some agitators from Tuvet. They call themselves preachers of godlessness, also known as atheism. That is indeed what it is. The gods should not... I wonder, because you probably can There's probably languages where there's no distinction between these two words. So the translation immediately breaks, and you need to come up with a translation that's either not this one or just ridiculous. The gods should not be worshipped, they say, and I agree with them. Only Grotus is worthy of our prayers. That is... Arim, you're very smart. You're so smart, so good. You definitely agree with him, even though you're saying the opposite. He alone is honest with us. He doesn't promise any reward. On the contrary, he shows what awaits us, no matter how tempted we may be to reject him in horror. So I would leave these atheists alone. Their frustration with the gods is justified in many ways. That's why the priests are after them. Are they? Are they after them? Okay, it just sounds to me like you're all a bunch of jerks. I rely on you for the matter. He sighs. Let them teach what they will then. Yeah, but the priests, you should... Anyway. And the end may come when we finally give up all religions but Grotus. This makes their teachings harmless. It only promotes the inevitable. Sure. And we got +1 espionage for the other one in +1 divine over here as well. So not only did we get +2 espionage, we actually got +3 because of the +1. Does that make sense? It does. Okay, so that's good enough. Octavia is about to complete that other one that is difficult. We have a couple more over here. So we're probably going to be able to complete that divine. We got a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and an 8 for the Grand Diplomat. And a 4 for the Minister, which is Jaethal, if I remember correctly. And a yeah, let's just get Harim up there and save the game, because I think Octavia might fail that check. Look at all those events! At this point, we're waiting for the main quest to proceed. So we did that. Yay! The mage from Katapesh was able to seal several dimensional breaches from the First World. In one, he discovered a loathsome fae which resembled a giant mole. Under interrogation, the strange fae spoke in slurred speech of a powerful individual from the First World who commanded her to create the dimensional rifts. That's the one that happened. The mage has begun training the local mages to protect the kingdom against such invasions. Yay! The orders of the general, the soldiers blasted a secret tunnel on their own. The underground invaders had no time to react. The surprise attack caught them completely off guard. They were so shaken by the sudden and decisive strike that they fled back to the Darklands, collapsing the tunnel behind them. That's good. They abandoned many trophies as they fled. Oh, the trophies. Okay, so... look at all those. Nice. We also have 2 trainings over here, which might be pretty good. So we got Jod as the High Priest, and Jod sucks because he's not the High Priest. We have Sana as the High Priestess, and she doesn't suck at all, but she's not the High Priestess, so that's that. Not Harim as the High Priest. Never Harim as the High Priest. A technical issue. A small cult of Droskar in the Five Kings Mountains is offering to sell dwarven mining equipment to the kingdom. The deal is quite lucrative, for the dwarves never sell such machinery to outsiders. However, there's a hitch. The equipment they're selling is stolen. Who are we to shy away from stealing anything, really? So, Lindsay probably can deal with that. Yeah, let's do that. Look at that. 3 crisis points, because that's 1 per week, I think, that we get. The People's Wrath. There has been riots. People rebelling against the corrupt mayor. Why do they have mayors? Their accusations may be justified, or they may be nothing but baseless defamation. They must be decided. It is indeed one or the other. Also, maybe not. It could be baseful defamation. This must be decided and dealt with. The region requires a stable administration, or the rioting will soon spread. Either that, or we just kill the mayor, and there's no more rioting. Can we do that? Sirius, go there and kill the mayor. A renowned Arcanist is offering her newest magical ciphers, which would completely conceal the communications of the Queen's servants and advisors from her enemies. Sounds like a deal to me. Octavia can deal with that. Faith and loyalty. The subjects of the Queen pledge their undying loyalty and support. This opportunity should be seized again, and I will indeed seize it very nicely. Choking death. A devastating epidemic from Iobara has struck the local region. It's not the first time choking death has desolated a country. Precautions must be taken before the kingdom turns into a wasteland of dead men, apparently not women, and monsters. Wait. Do monsters appear because of the choking death, or do the monsters die as well? I am confused all the time. We are going to send a Rim there. He is good at dealing with these things. Let's get a crisis point over there. No, not that point. Go away. No, no, no. Oh, now it's the bug. Okay, freed swords. Several peasants have decided to abandon the field and become warriors. That's the thing. That's the thing that Amory really likes dealing with. So, basically, we're all set up. I really wish you didn't have... You could just, you know... Instead of doing this DZing thing, you could just... Because if you look at the background, you just... I want to throw up. Motion sickness is a problem for me. Okay. Because, you know, you should be able to just start event, go to the next, start event, and, you know, it's a lot better. Let's see. So, we have the minister. That's a 4. That feels enticing, actually. And the storytelling, that's a 5. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's also save the game and see what happens. So 3 events have been completed. Either that or 2 events have been completed and we've got a new one. Support the minister's endeavors. Arrears, a triumph. The counselor threatened that the villages which failed to pay their taxes would be sent no healers this time if pestilence should strike, nor grain in the fame of famine. The peasants publicly... This whole thing about grain... We're not in a feudal system. It's free market. It's like they don't have grain. They be sent money. Because if they don't have grain, the problem is that they are hungry. The problem is that they don't make no money. So you send them money. Although, you know, also they're hungry because they have no money, so you'd send them food as well. You could just send them food, but that's you need to send them money. Money, because they need to pay for their shoes as well, I suppose. The peasants publicly repented. Oh my god. Publicly repented. That is a way of dealing with that. What? Oh, we're going to read that later. Minister demands my attention. Yes. It would be... Who was it that I just... Was it Harry? Harim? No. It was Jaethal. We are pulled deeper and deeper into Litron and Gralton's fight. That's a sentence. That's how it said. This already drains our forces and cannot end well. It's time we plan our escape from this situation, preferably something that casts us in a positive light. I see 2 options. Halidon Tarn is the commander of Gralton's army. He is the general that's sending his raiders to Galt. This commander is as bloodthirsty and narrow-minded as any other military man. His cousin, Kazal, envies his relative, but he's too cautious to disturb Gralton's fragile balance. But if you help Kazal gain a piece of Halidon's power, they'll busy themselves with their own problems and leave us be. On the other hand, we could involve Gralton in a fight with Litron. The Grey Gardeners' greatest strength is spy work and intelligence, and I respect their consistency and ferocity, but they need more soldiers, real fighters. If we send them some experienced warriors, Gralton will focus all its time and energy on preventing Litron from crushing them. We ourselves cannot afford to make those arrogant fools from Gralton weep blood, but I'll enjoy watching the Grey Gardeners do it for us. And I fail to understand what the writers of this wanted us as a player to think, because how can you even have an opinion on the matter? It's like, first off, it's just super complicated right off the bat. So it's like, just do whatever. But I don't care, Jaethal, just do. But also, you really have no... do you have any reason to side with one or the other, apart from the choice consequences? Let's see. We have +2. We have +2. But yeah, just do whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what you want to do. The gardeners will strike Gralton with vicious force, says Jaethal. The bloodshed will remind Gralton's people that there is a price for challenging us. Sure, it's good. Good job. And Balkan has shown up. Thanks, Spartan. See you later. Give me all the potions. Except for the rubbish potions that you give me. I don't actually know what he gave me. And this is another gift. It's Varask the Wild Fist for giving me bloodthirst. It's an item. Don't worry about it. I haven't become a vampire. I have become the ender of episodes because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pathfinder Kingmaker. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.